Welcome to Justin's Joint. We got some more Rat Raised tobacco to have a look at. Stay tuned. Okay, well, welcome back to Justin's Joint. It's been a little while since I put a video up. It was last week. Smoking some cheese. And I am still waiting for the cheese to finish the process. It's sitting right there in the fridge, just right there. My fridge smells amazing. It smells smoky. It smells great. But I can't do anything about it yet. So today, in an utter failure of my willpower, I am going to be smoking some of this Rat Raised Red Rapparee. Now, I've got so many stinking tobaccos in this cabinet that I'll never make it through them. And so I kind of imposed this thing on myself, or I've tried to, this thing on myself where I am not going to buy any new tobacco until I finish some old ones, but they keep getting in this awesome stuff at Jerry's, and I can't freaking help myself. So they had this in there on Friday. I stopped in on Friday. This was not there the last time I popped in, so I picked it up. Rat Raised Red Rapparee, and this here, it says, is a classical blend of spicy Latakia, differently cut Virginia tobaccos, dark Cavendish, and a distinctive portion of Oriental. Now, it kind of is like an English blend, I suppose you would say, because it's, you know, it's got the Latakia in there. It's kind of a, I've already jarred it up, by the way. It's kind of a little bit smoky, but it's also, I'm trying to determine the word, or the whatever comes to my mind when I stick my nose in here. Kind of earthy, maybe, and I don't know what that is. It's probably still just the Latakia, the smokiness, but it's also got some Cavendish in it. This is kind of what it looks like right here. See if the camera will focus. So, you know, you can see that there's all kinds of different tobaccos in there. It smells very nice. It definitely has the English blend smell, maybe not quite as strong, I would say. You know what it reminds me of, though? It reminds me of the smell you might get when you're sitting in front of a smoldering campfire with a cup of coffee. That probably sounds completely insane, but that's what comes into my head. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's wrong, but it's what I get. And I'm a terrible tobacco reviewer, so you know, this is not even really going to be a tobacco review. Let's call it a tobacco non-review, because it's a non-review of a guy just talking a bunch of nonsense. But this is a good tobacco, so we're gonna get a bowl going of this here in just a second, and we will continue from there. But first, I gotta go get a cup of coffee. So, you know. Alright, so I've got my coffee here, and using a smaller cup than normal, and I pushed the wrong button on the Keurig, and it overflowed it. Great start to the morning there, Justin. Really great. Good going. Excellent. So I've got this packed up in my Savinelli Aroma, and we're gonna light it up. And I've had several bowls of this, and this isn't really gonna be, like I said, not a review. Don't call this a review. This is just the way I feel about it. Yeah, what I just said. Now, Red Rapparee. I really like this stuff, and I will be honest and tell you, this was... I don't have an ashtray. I need to get an ashtray. Okay. Yes, I know, in Justin's joint we like to be prepared. And that means not having everything ready to go for the video because it's funny! I have to carefully sip off my coffee because the cup is full. My cup runneth over. I guess that's what how I should be looking at it. Okay, so Red Rapparee. It's got Virginias, Latakia, Dark Cavendish, and Orientals. Now, I can tell you right away when you open the jar, you can smell, or the tin, you can smell the Latakia. However, it's not like some other Latakia blends that I've had, which are just really overpowering or really strong. Not that that's a bad thing for a Latakia blend, because it's not, especially if you're into Latakia. And I tend to really kind of like Latakia blends. This one here, though, there's enough to kind of, check that box and, I don't know, whatever cliche thing there is to say, to kind of hit that nerve, to fill that void. There's enough Latakia in there, but there's also, the other Orientals that are kind of hanging out, which is kind of nice. It's kind of a different pace. The thing I really like about this is that you get an English blend type of flavor, but it's not, how do I want to put it? It's not overbearing. It's not really, really strong. I mean, it's got a lot of flavor. It's just not like punch you in the face volume of flavor. I don't know if that makes any sense. And the other thing that I really like about this, and I don't know if this is the addition of the Cavendish or the addition of the Orientals, but it's very smooth. Like, this is a very smooth smoking tobacco. I just feel like, I don't know. Stop you up in my jaw. Keep my pipe lit. You get a little bit of the spiciness. Not like spicy as in pepper spicy, just kind of the, the spices. You kind of get this spice flavor. But it's also very smooth. That's the only word that I can think about to describe this, is that, ever since I brought this home, and I've smoked several bowls of it, it's surprised me how full flavored it is, yet how mellow it feels when you smoke it. Sometimes you get a really full flavored tobacco blend, and it's a full flavored tobacco blend because it's like punching you in the face. And this one here is not really doing that, which I would put that in the good column, because you get this flavor, but then you also get this really, you don't feel like you're smoking it, a really strong English. Yeah. And I don't know what else to really say. That's kind of my thoughts. I will be honest with you and tell you, this right here is probably my new favorite tobacco. Out of all the tobaccos I have in the closet, and I've got quite a few tobaccos over there in that cabinet. This one really is hitting the spot for me, and I don't know why. I smoked several bowls of it last night, and I'm smoking another bowl of it this morning. And I can't tell you why, but it's really hitting the spot for me. It came in a tin really wet. That's something to note. Now, this tobacco, I can see myself just powerhousing through this one. Just I'm going to hit this one hard. I can already tell you. So I went ahead and dumped a bunch of it on a paper plate, and I dried it out en masse in the microwave. That way it's ready to go. So really all I did was I just took the whole tin, put it on a paper plate, and I nuked it for about 30 seconds, the whole tin. And, and then just kind of let it cool off for maybe a minute, and then put it back in the jar. And what that did for me is it set the moisture content of this tobacco to be mwah. It is perfect right out of the jar. I can pull this out of the jar, pack up a pipe, and smoke it. And I don't have to worry about the moisture being too wet. I don't have to worry about steam. It did not change the flavor any, really and truly. I'm not detecting any flavor changes from my microwave experimental drying. I don't know, however you want to say that. Now, Red Rapparee, when they sell them at the tobacco shop, they take the price tag off. But I think I paid, this was not a cheap tobacco. I think this is a 50-gram tin, and I think I paid like $18.50, not including tax, which is, it's up there. I mean, it's not the most expensive. It's up there. But the way I look at it is this. This tin of tobacco cost me about the same amount of money as 1.5 nice cigars. And I'm not talking like a super high-end cigar. It's just a decent cigar. Okay, so for the price of 1.5 decent cigars, I got a tin of tobacco that's going to last me for a really long time, as opposed to just 2 smokes. I'm going to get a whole bunch of smokes out of this. So that's how I kind of justify, pipe tobaccos being a little bit more expensive, because I do really like to have a tobacco, or a tobacco. I like to have a cigar once in a while, and on a Friday I'll go down to the tobacco store, and I've been known to go and have a cigar at lunch. But here lately they've been having some pretty sweet pipe tobaccos in there, and so instead of getting a cigar, I buy a pipe tobacco blend, because I'd pay $12 for a cigar. I paid $18 for this tin. That's $6 more for a ton more pleasure. So I'm gonna just kind of look and see. Let's do some comparison pricing and see if we can even find it in stock anywhere. I have a feeling that this stuff is out of stock most everywhere. Alright guys, after checking the internet, I find out exactly how much I overpaid for this tobacco. This I paid $18 for. You can get this when it's in stock for between $15 and $16 for the 100 gram. So, I paid $30-something per 100. So, I don't know. It was expensive, but you know, I do like to support the local guys, even though it's a little bit more expensive. And for another thing, right now you cannot get this anywhere. So when they say that they can sell it for $15 for 100 grams, but then they don't have any, you know, I guess take it for what it is. I don't feel like I paid too much because this is a really good tobacco that I couldn't have gotten otherwise. So with all that said, I'm going to finish this amazing cup of coffee now that I've drank it down a little bit. And I'm going to finish this bowl of Rattray's Red Rapparee. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. I am loving this blend. That's just my taste, of course. Obviously, your taste may vary. However, I've never had this before, and I can tell you right now, this is going to be a staple in my tobacco cabinet. It kind of reminds me of a kinder, gentler nightcap. Now, nightcap is one that, you know, you really can't get anymore. I'm sure you can probably still get it in a couple of places, maybe not. Not making it anymore. That was one of my favorites. This is kind of, sort of, maybe along the same vein, but not exactly. However, this, I think that this has officially replaced nightcap as my favorite tobacco. That's a very bold statement. Oh yeah. Well, anyway, I started to bring this video to a close and then I continued to ramble on. But this time I'm officially bringing this video to a close. So until next time, right here in the joint, we will see you guys later.